In the last 24 hours, Trump has come out saying the US will be hitting Iran, whose Navy, Air Force, radar, anti-aircraft, and all other forms of defense, together with its most offensive capabilities, are gone very hard. And in the last 24 hours, surprise, surprise, he's flipped. So Trump has cancelled the strikes, and the stock market and the financial market has reacted exactly how he anticipates. So his tweets have been dumping the market, his other tweets have been pumping the market, and it's more of the same, really. It's just a wild market. And in today's video, we're going to talk the latest out of this. So what can actually really happen next with this, the surge in the SP 500 as a result of these Trump tweets. And then we're also going to be talking about some other huge things that are happening. So what are the Iranians actually saying? What are the Iranians actually doing? And then we're going to get into some draconian laws coming out of the UK. You're not going to want to believe this one. Unfortunately, it does look like it's real. I will talk about that in today's video. So if you're tuning in from the UK, even like other countries have this stuff on the radar. And then we'll also have a quick chat about SpaceX. So SpaceX is going live in the next 24 hours. It's the talk of the town. Everyone's talking about it. So we're going to talk about it too right here. So you're fully informed. Some people are saying you're going to be exit liquidity. Other people are saying it's going to the moon. One thing is guaranteed, there will be millionaires made right out of the gates for SpaceX. And we'll talk about that in today's video. And let's get into it. So obviously, look, market has been dumping, it's been pumping. Trump's been contradicting himself. He's saying he's going to war, then he's got a deal. And it's much of the same. So it's Groundhog Day on steroids. This thing doesn't seem to end. Apparently there's a new deal happening. And look, everything Trump kind of says, you got to take with an absolute grain of salt. The interesting thing is, though, the market always just believes whatever Trump says, which is, I don't know if it's manipulated or it's strange or what the deal is with the market. But it is some funny things happening with the market, right? So the market is doing these knee-jerk reactions. And apparently Trump's going to have a big deal, and it's all going to be sunshine and rainbows in the Middle East soon. And look, we'll see whether this becomes true. But one thing, even after Trump announced this, the Iranians were, contradicting him to some degree. So if we have a look right here, MB Galabaf says right here, wrong strategies and impulsive decisions will reset the entire board for the worst, explode energy infrastructure and markets, and create an endless quagmire that you'll be stuck in for years. You will see a different Iran right there. And also at the same time, after that announcement went live, my understanding is a ship actually got sunk in this Strait of Hormuz. So the Iranians did sink or attack a ship after Trump's big announcement. So it's highly volatile, right? It's just going back and forward, more of the same. And again, one thing you can just prepare for is just expect volatility, expect it to bounce around. And look, when there actually is peace and a deal, we'll wait for the actual actions, not so much the tweets, because you guys know the tweets can't be trusted. If you've been a subscriber of this channel, we've seen Trump contradict himself, and you really cannot trust the tweets out of Trump, to be honest. And so have that on the radar as this conflict drags on. And again, it's the weekend, the markets are closed, so anything can happen over the weekend. Who really knows right here. Now, into some things you should probably have on the radar. So you guys know, we saw the news in Ireland about, patriots rising up in Ireland. They're sick of some of the government policies against the country, in particular immigration, which no one really voted for, and it was just shoved upon the Irish people. But have a look at this. The UK is drafting a law to scan every photo, video, message on every phone in the country. Tech CEOs who refuse to implement this could face up to 5 years in prison. The proposal would force companies to build device-level scanners that inspect content before encryption. So I won't go through all of it, but you guys know the deal. These governments are literally out of control. Like, why do these people need to have all this access to your personal data? The policies in many of these countries in Ireland actually make you more unsafe, right? They're hostile policies. They're policies designed to rob you to some degree and of your security. And this robs you of your privacy as well. So, the government wants to see everything on your phone. It's ridiculous. Now, over to some interesting news coming out of the markets. And before we talk about SpaceX, let's just talk about the prices. So S&P 500 going back up in the last 24 hours, right? So that is pumping back up. Again, directly correlated to whatever Trump kind of just pumps out in his tweets. Many of the other markets are going back up. copper rallying back up. Gold and silver, they did push back up, right? So silver has rallied from about 61 bucks, and off the back end of Trump's tweets, it's now up to about 67. And gold hasn't fully reclaimed it, but it has pushed back up. So from about 4,000 bucks to about 4,200 or so. So that is looking good in the short term, right? So that is looking solid. And oil, you guys know there might be some manipulation happening with oil since the Strait of Hormuz is fully closed right now. But that is something that is massively suppressed, at least on the paper value of it right now. So interesting dynamics happening right there. And into some big stock market news. So obviously, if you guys like your stocks, check out this. So SpaceX valuation 1.8 trillion, Walmart valuation 920 billion, and SpaceX revenue 18 billion, Walmart revenue 713 billion. So obviously, it's coming in at a massive valuation. There's a lot of FUD over an X. Some people out there are saying it's overvalued. Some people are going to say insiders are going to cash out. So insiders will cash out, but I wouldn't really call them insiders. They're the people who've been working on SpaceX from the beginning, right? So if you work on a company very early, you might get some, seed shares or early shares. So not so much insiders, just people who've been working. And remember, this is no one's forcing anyone to really buy this. No one has to buy it. Personally, I won't be buying it, but we're going to just watch what happens anyway, because this is the news, and it is going public at 2 trillion, right? So tomorrow it will go public at 2 trillion, and we'll see how it all plays out. So, obviously one concern is the level of revenue and the level of profit versus its, valuation. And it will be very interesting to see how it goes. And guys, comment down below. Did you get in for the IPO? Have you bought any? Are you going to sit it out? You're going to watch what's going to happen? Guys, comment down below. And interested to see what you're going to do. And right now, look, I think the market is just volatile, right? Anything can happen on the weekend. Trump might make a huge announcement. Who really knows with Mr. Trump? And we'll see how it all plays out for next week as well. So yeah, we'll see how this all plays out, and I will see you guys in the next video.